Welcome back, legends, to another video. We have a bit of news to get through today from Call of Duty, as you can see on screen right now. We have a bit of Xbox news, some Exoprimal news, some dodgy Capcom news, and of course, we'll get to Quantum Error at the end with our good buddy Dreamcast Guy. So, first thing first, as you can see here, we have Modern Warfare 3. Now, this is what Xbox gamers were presented when they first booted up their console, and the whole of the industry at the moment is going absolutely mental because this popped up, which you can just press the B button on your controller and off it goes instantly. Pretty much what I did, and pretty much what 99% of the community did that are playing on Xbox. I'm guessing the 0.01% was outraged and came onto Twitter, but I really don't see the problem here. This is Microsoft putting its foot forward, putting its stamp forward to show that this is a first-party game and they are flaunting it. I really don't see the issue. I know it's an advert and it's giving you the option to buy it if you want to buy it. I really don't see the problem here. It's literally less than half a second to click off it. It's really not worth the time that people are now complaining about over on Twitter. Every single media outlet is going, this is like the worst thing that's ever happened in gaming. Oh my god, this precedes everything that's happened that's negative this year. You know, it's absolutely ridiculously stupid. And, you know, it just shows how publications are looking for anything they can get their teeth around for Xbox bad. It's just stupid. And, you know, as we can see here, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 gets the first-party launch treatment. Similar to Starfield, this is the screen many see when turning on their Xbox. You notice how no one really spoke about the Starfield one when it happened, because it did happen to a number of people, but no one really complained about it. But this one being an ABK, Call of Duty, it's going to be click-worthy. They're all over it. Pretty sad. Okay, so this one from Jez Corden, the Xbox Series S starter bundle is now available in the United States. It comes with 3 months of Xbox Game Pass for the typical US price of $299. So Microsoft is still pushing this console, even though it's actually quite impressive with what it does with Alan Wake and maybe with FSR 3 and, you know, mesh shaders, direct storage, and the other capabilities from Velocity Architecture. When developers actually start using that, maybe they'll actually unlock more power from this little beast. However, it's clear that Microsoft is still pushing this console. However, I like the fact that they're kind of pushing this as a Game Pass console by including Game Pass. And I think that's how they should start marketing this, as a Game Pass console. And then everything that comes around it is happy days. But I think that's the way this should be marketed. But that's just me. But it's still a good price. And you get 3 months of Xbox Game Pass for free. That's a pretty good deal. So we have this situation here with Capcom, which seems a little weird, right? Because Capcom now are saying mods are no different than cheating. And basically people are modding the Capcom games on PC by making Leon dress up as a cat girl, you know, basically turning them into cat girls, or providing them with different like looks, skimpy outfits for the characters like Ada Wong, or in some cases actually changing the single player experience in terms of what weapons they have and whatnot. And they are basically very against this idea and want people to stop doing it because they regard it as cheating. In contrast, Starfield actually embraces mods and tells you to go to town and do what you want with your single player experience. Now, I assume when it comes to like a multiplayer experience, like Bethesda in Elder Scrolls Online, they're a lot more reserved and actually prevent you from doing silly things. But when it's a single player experience, I don't really see the harm. If you're giving yourself infinite bullets, infinite life, infinite health, and, you know, the ability to jump on top of buildings and stuff like that, or, you know, by completely alienating certain aspects of the game, you're only hurting yourself, right? You're only making the game easier for you and ruining the gameplay mechanics that are in place and designed to be there for a reason. But if you're just changing the costumes and the outfits or whatever, like if you look at Final Fantasy VII with Tifa, it's crazy, right? But Capcom have decided that they want to die on this hill by saying mods are no different than cheating. And to a certain degree, I agree, because it is modifying the game. But in a single player game, I just don't really see the problem. So I really think they should not decide to go down this road, because they are probably going to alienate themselves more than they believe they will. Now this one over here is quite cool, because Exoprimal, yes, that game that a lot of people had mixed feelings about, actually did amazingly well. Microsoft Xbox Game Pass release for Exoprimal gave Capcom a large digital revenue boost. In Capcom's latest financial results, it's now revealed it got a significant increase in digital license revenue due to the licensing revenue from providing Exoprimal to Game Pass. Capcom's increase in digital licensing revenue jumped from roughly $14.7 million to $24.7 million year-on-year in the first half of the fiscal year. Xbox Game Pass, as Darius says, is a monster. Now, this is the type of thing that Xbox Game Pass can do for games that aren't overly popular, especially for games that aren't overly popular. It can provide them that stepping platform, that portal to really push their game out there. And Microsoft does a fantastic job in, pushing these games on Game Pass and pushing these to the forefront to get people to download them, to try them out, give it a chance. And, I think this is a perfect example of where Game Pass truly shines for developers, whether it's indie developers or bigger established third-party developers like Capcom. So this one over here, Microsoft employees aren't happy that they're losing free Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. Now you'll see the likes of Paterons, Red Dragon, the idiot. I mean, that guy is starting to... that guy literally talks about Xbox and nothing else. You'll see Unleashed, you'll see Nicola. I mean, you'll literally see every PlayStation fanboy talking about this. But the reality is, Microsoft employees are losing Xbox Game Pass. But notice the wording, Microsoft employees. Now that's where it's at, right? It's very cleverly worded. Microsoft is removing the free Xbox Game Pass Ultimate benefit for most of its 238,000 employees, and some aren't happy about it. Sources familiar with Microsoft plans tell The Verge that the company started informing employees this week that in January 2024, the free Xbox Game Pass Ultimate benefit for permanent Microsoft employees will no longer be available. I understand that Xbox employees will continue to keep the benefit. So if you work within the Xbox division or have anything to do with the Xbox division, you will keep your perk. But for the wider organization, those that are, working on, say, Microsoft Office or Windows or any other Microsoft Windows utility or hardware or anything that's out there, those are the people that aren't going to get it. But if you actually work for the division of Xbox or have anything to do with the actual Xbox division, you will keep your Game Pass Ultimate subscription. Now it continues to say, but the vast majority of employees who aren't part of Xbox, Microsoft Gaming, will see the benefit disappear next year. Microsoft employees will be able to purchase a discount 12-month Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscription at the company's internal store. And I've heard this is roughly about $20-$30 for the whole year. But this is what the big news is about. Internal staff can get it for about $20-$30 a year at the discounted rate. And this is the big commotion. I mean, if you really want it, just buy it. You don't work for the Xbox division. When I worked in the games industry, I wasn't entitled for every game that was released in the company I worked for. If they gave me one, I was really lucky because I worked on it. But there was tons of games I worked on that I didn't even get a copy of the game for. Hell, I wasn't even credited in the actual credits for it. So let that sink in. I think this whole news is just blown out of proportion. It's a bit silly that they're doing it anyway. I think they should have just, if you work for Microsoft, it should just be a perk. But, I don't think it's as big as a deal or newsworthy as people are making it out to be. I just think it's, Xbox bad. We have to report on something Xbox bad because it gets clicks. But as you can see from down here, some Microsoft employees have taken to the company's internal messaging platform to voice their objections about the benefit being removed. The employee posts even prompted Xbox chief Phil Spencer to respond, noting that he wasn't aware of the changes and is looking into the situation. But the chances are it's probably going to get reversed anyway, and this whole drama will have been resolved overnight. Right, so now we come to the final news story of the day. Now, Dreamcast Guy has basically said this game is trash. Now, it's really interesting because according to those that have watched the review, he basically turns around and says this is a PlayStation 5 and an Xbox game. Now, this game isn't out on Xbox and is unlikely to appear on Xbox. And if it does, it's not going to be anytime soon, right? At least based on what I'm hearing. Now, let's look at Dreamcast Guy previously. Let's go. Your bias is showing for Baldur's Gate 3. You openly mentioned PS5 since it is not out on Xbox yet. Basically, when it came to Baldur's Gate 3, he said that this game was exclusive to PlayStation 5, Baldur's Gate 3. And with this game, because it's bad, it's an Xbox and PS5 game. You see the difference that he tries to imply? Of course, he went and deleted these tweets shortly after because he didn't want to be associated with the game, and he now wants to associate it with as an Xbox game, even though the chances are this game probably never will see the light of day on Xbox. I thought you hyped for this game. This dude said this is Game Pass quality, which I posted underneath saying this is the PlayStation 5 exclusive. Good luck. And, Quantum Mirror says thank you to him. This looks so good. Can't wait to play it. Like, he was hyping this game up like the second coming of Christ. But as soon as he played it, at least I'll give him one credit, right? At least he played it. Because the fact that he played it shows that at least he gave it a chance to see how it was. Reforge Gaming, on the other hand, he turned around and said, I don't owe my community who pay me for my subs, who donate money to me, anything regarding having to play this game and review it. Because his community were asking him, can you review this game? Or are you going to do it? And people are saying, you owe your community to do stuff like this when your community asks. And he turned around and said, I don't owe my community anything. The fact that his whole channel is alive and kicking because of his community, he owes us, us content creators owe everything to our community. Those people who decide to sub to our channels, as in free subs, join memberships, do the super chats, do the super thanks, or just outright just offer donations, be it from our YouTube channel or Twitch channel. You are the reason why we still can do this. Without you, we can't do this because it's not sustainable. It's a lot of time and effort to do these videos or, podcasts or just sit down and chat streams. It still consumes a lot of time that you could be spending doing something else, something productive with your family, with your kids or whatever. But you're choosing to be here because you owe it to your community, right? Because you're here because of them. You've got the platform because of them. They're the ones that are giving you the platform. And to turn around and say that you don't have to do anything because you don't owe anything to your community, that's just bad. But so I'll give him credit for that one. But the fact that he bigged this up and then went back and deleted all of his tweets and then reverted from this being a PlayStation 5 exclusive to a PlayStation 5 and Xbox multiplayer when the game probably won't ever see the light of day on Xbox is quite funny. And yeah, I just thought I'd add this as satire at the end because I thought it was funny because this dude never seems to fail. I mean, he's just a walking meme bot at this point. But good on you for at least playing the game. I'll give him that. Credit where credit's due. Right, folks? Right, that's it for this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh, and by the way, tomorrow I will be over at Twitch to do our Let's Chat, so we'll be going over lots of stuff that we've covered this week. And if you have any other stuff that you want me to cover, do bring it along and we can go through that as well. Right? See you tomorrow. Remain legend.